lane 8. And it's very close. Lewington in 8, marginally ahead of Hume and Dyson Diaz in the centre of the pool as they come back off the wall. It's Dyson Diaz from Hatfield with the pink hat. Just slight advantage, but not much over the swimmers to each side of him. Jack Savage of Potters Bar, Morgan Hume of Hatfield. Dyson Diaz turns first, 35.22, coming back well. Sarek Lewington of Hatfield in lane 8, hidden from the swimmers in the centre of the pool. Dyson Diaz with quite an advantage now, almost a body length. Then just behind him we've got Morgan Hume, just under a length to go. Dyson Diaz in the lead. Hume second place, tight for third. Slight advantage to Sarek Lewington of Hatfield. Hatfield 1, 2 and 3 at the moment. Coming down towards the finish, Dylan Dyson Diaz of Hatfield entered on a 1:20.84, finishes on a 1:18.02. And the scoreboard's still running on a couple of lanes, so I'm not quite sure that is 100% correct. But we'll see when the results are published as to who came second and third. So the results will be available on the TV screens and also printed on the walls down at the bottom of the spectator area. Clear the pool to the sides, please, swimmers. Clear the pool to the sides. We're just going to check the timing equipment on lane 4. Make sure the primary and backup buttons are all working. And then we'll be into heat 6. Entry times heat 6, quite close, 1:19.05 to 1:20.74. A lot of people in the mid to high 19s on their entries. Heat 6, referee. Alexander Williams in 1, George Williams in 2, William Toland in 4, Finley Smith in 5, Noah Cornwell in 6, Sam Pyfinch in 7 and Louis Cripps in lane 8. Split across the pool this time with the early advantage going to Noah Cornwell of Potters Bar in lane 6, and then George Williams of Harpenden just behind him as they touch at the halfway point. 34.18, Noah's turning time for Potters Bar. Moving up on him, Sam Pyfinch of Tring. Now Cornwell moves away again, over in lane 2. George Williams not out of this either. Cornwell versus Williams, George. Cornwell, George Williams, Sam Pyfinch, 1, 2 and 3 at the final turn. Who's got the strength to keep it up all the way to the end? At the moment, Noah Cornwell putting in a good showing as he moves away from the rest of the field. George Williams in second place, Pyfinch just drifting back a bit Noah Cornwell entered on a 1:19.70, finishes a long way under that, a 1:15.70. George Williams in second place, 1:17.06. And Sam Pye-Finch for Tring in third, 1:18.22. Heat 7, referee. Mark Evans and Hitchin in lane 1, Zane Bat in 2, Alexander Catton 3, Jamie Farrow 4, Peter Sawaska in 5, Edward Jex in 6, Daniel Ord in 7 and Joe Randall in lane 8. Alexander Catton, Bishop Stortford, and Edward Jex of Costa, those are second and first. And it's Edward Jex turns first, 33.61. Halfway through. Edward Jex in the lead. Joe Randall of Royston in lane 8, moving forwards. In second place, though, at the moment is Alexander Catton. Just under a length to go. Catton in the lead. Moved forward nicely for Bishop Stortford. Good 50 there for him. So Alexander Catton, a nicely judged final 50. Finishes in a 1:12.75. It's quite tight for second place, but Edward Jex just takes it for Costa, a 1:15.32. And third place on a 1:15.96 was Jamie Farrow for Hatfield. Heat 8, referee. Joseph Coldwell in 1, Benjamin Green in 2, Matteo Lobiondo in 3, Benjamin Williamson in 4, Ewan Donald in 5, Marco Tontadonati in 6, Lewis Shaler in 7 and Taylor Coe in lane 8. Turning first, Benjamin Green of Watford, but coming back off the wall. Matteo Lobiondo swimming well. In lane 3, he has a slight advantage as he moves into the halfway point. Lobiondo turns first. At least I thought he turned first. Don't think his time came up there. Lobiondo, though, is going to have to push hard now to hold this on the last 50. Lobiondo being pushed by Williamson and Donald. Lobiondo, though, coming up to the final turn with a slight advantage. Just held on to that advantage, needs to keep it in the underwater phase. Matteo Lobiondo then just ahead of Benjamin Williamson and Ewan Donald. Now it's Williamson, Benjamin moving to the fore, dragging Lobiondo away with him. Different age group, so they're not racing for any particular final, but nevertheless it's good to win, and the winner is Benjamin Williamson of Hatfield. His time, they're not come up. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was Benjamin Williamson and Matteo Lobiondo and Ewan Donald. Those were 1, 2 and 3, but again, some of the lanes not come up on the scoreboard. We clear the pool to the sides, please, swimmers. Clear the pool to the sides, please. Whilst we have a pause there, a couple of announcements. We have the results from the boys 100 back from this morning. So the medals are available underneath the scoreboard on the main poolside if you due a medal. And the other announcement, we've just got a few technical difficulties with the pad in lane 5, so we're just sorting that out before we carry on with the next heat. So whilst we've got a moment, I'll give you the results for the men's 100 backstroke from this morning. 10 and 11-year-old, the third place was third place Jake Moore of Potters Bar. Second place Lucas Hartley of Hatfield, and the winner from Stevenage in a 1:22.32 was Max Hill. The 12-year-old finals. Third place for Costa, Oliver Carpenter. Second place, Alexander Williams of Watford, and first place for Tring, his time 1:16.17, Sam Piefinch. For the 13-year-olds, third place, Ketten Reach, or Ratch. For Watford, Michael Klimaszewski of Hatfield in second, and Bishop Stortford's Thomas Ogden was the winner, his time 1:08.00. 14-year-old age group, the third place went to Hatfield with Luke Pestill. Second place, Costa's Charlie King, and first was Cheshunt's Zane Batt, his time 1:05.44. The 15-year-old final, third place went Ed Campfield for Harpenden. Second went to Tanin Kuristeem of Costa, and the winner was Toby Laguda for Hatfield, his time was 1:04.93. And the 16 and over age group category, third place was Josh Gaines for Hemel Hempstead. It was a good battle for first. Just losing out on that was Sam Gamble, 59.99, but pipping him by 3/10 and a bit. Daniel Charder of Bishop Stortford, his time 59.64. So I've been told there's an issue with the top 3 of the Backstroke 12-year-old finalists that I mentioned earlier. So those may be wrong, so they're provisional at the moment. And I'll let you know as soon as there's any update to them. So we're just replacing some of the wiring for the timing equipment, the cables that go between the various pads and the backup timings, replacing those, and then hopefully when that's done we'll get a consistent set of pads working, or perhaps a set of pads consistently working, and then we'll be ready to go again. So hopefully it won't be too much longer. Okay, and I do apologise. We have a slight, more of a delay here whilst we get all the technology working. Officials, if you need to go for a short break, do feel free to do so. There's going to be a few minutes before we start running again. In the meantime, I'll leave you with After Dark, who kindly present, that's not the right word. What's the word I'm looking for? Can't remember. Anyway, they give us all the music, the PA systems. So I'll leave you with them to have some nice music until we're ready to go again. Can I just ask all the swimmers who are on the poolside near the spectator area if you could move your clothes and towels and what have you off the glass divide, and then the spectators can see poolside. So I think that's mainly, not sure which club it is, but the club towards the deep end on the poolside. If you could move all your towels and what have you off the railings, please, that'd be most appreciated. Okay, people, we're ready to start, so can I ask all the officials to go back to your positions, please? All the officials go back to their positions. Swimmers who are about to start the next heat. Then we'll do heat 9 in a moment. So swimmers, if you get ready to swim again, please. It will be heat 9, the next heat. Heat 9, a referee. Heat 9 underway. Luke Pestill in 1, James Irvine in 2, Kieran Cook in 3, Thomas Ogden in 4, Joshua Bridgeland in 5, Freddie Arbonot in 6, Matthias Morse in 7, and Nicholas Botha in lane 8. And it's lane 2 turning first. James Irvine of Watford with the red hat, but coming back now. Very strongly on him is the Hatfield swimmer, Luke Pestill. Those two in the lead as they move up towards the halfway point. Luke just triggers the pads first, 32.29. 32s, 33s, all the way through. Luke Pestil, James Irvine vying for the lead then. Also in their lane 4, the fastest entrance, Thomas Ogden of Bishop Stortford, as they turn for home. Now, Luke Pestil of Hatfields just moves away from the rest of the field slightly. We've got some good finishers over in lane 7 and 8. Matthias Morse, Nicholas Botha, but it's going to be the Hatfield swimmer. Luke Pestil takes the win, his time 1:09.35. And Heat 10, a referee. Just stand down, please, swimmers. Clear the pool to sides, please, swimmers. Clear the pool to sides, please. So once the pool is clear, we'll be ready to start the next heat. Heat 10 underway. Johnny Farrow in 1, Joshua Holland 2, Tannen Kurstim in 3, Daniel Rinkoff in 4, Daniel Terry in 5, Daniel English in 6, Thomas Stanbury 7, Charlie King in lane 8, and it's lanes 2 and 6 turning first. Joshua Holland, Daniel English. Daniel English with the... No, he's not anymore. We've now got Thomas Stanbury of Potters Bar with the white hat with a slight advantage. Moving ahead from the rest of the field. Metre or so, he turns at the halfway point. Turns on a 31.97. Stanbury still in the lead, coming up towards the final turn. Stanbury turns first, quite a way ahead of the rest of the field. Pretty close for second, third onwards. As Stanbury comes back down, half a length to go. Second place at the moment, it's lane 3, Tannen Kurstim of Costa. As Stanbury comes in, he entered on 1:08.26. He finishes on a 1:06.56. Heat 11, referee. Daniel Murtaugh in 1, Tavish Kapoor in 2, Joel Green in 3, Ignatius James in 4, James Blount in 5, Michael Klimasowski in 6, Tolu Ellison in 7, and Carl Holmes in lane 8. Coming down to the final length then, we've got James Blount of Potters Bar with a long lead over the rest of the field, about 2 or 3 metres. It's close for the next position, with Tolu Ellison of Potters Bar in second place at the moment. We're coming in to finish first. Is James Blount, his time 1:02.92. Heat 12, referee. Toby Laguda, lane 1, Jordan Northwood 2, Jude Lydiard 3, Charlie Rayner in 4, Lucas Dyson Diaz in 5, Bradley Veach in 6, Sam Gaines in 7 and Sam Newman in lane 8. Time's just dropping under the minute for the middle 2 lanes. But at the moment it's Jordan Northwood of Berkhamsted in the lead. Entered on 1:02.60, stops at the halfway point, 28.18, so a good time there, should be underneath 1:02. Still in the lead, moving away very nicely is Jordan Northwood. Going against the form on this particular race, second at the moment, Jude Lydiard of Costa in lane 3, and then it's pretty tight for the rest of them with Bradley Veach of Bishop Stortford, slight advantage for third. Coming back down towards the start, Jordan Northwood just beginning to tie up, being overhauled by Jude Lydiard. But Jordan Lydiard moving into the lead as he comes in, and it's Costa going to take the win, 1:01.74. Second place, Bradley Veach, Bishop Stortford, 1:02.22, and third place, Charlie Rayner of Hatfield on a 1:02.34. Heat 13, referee. John Talensky in 1, Liam Hall in 2, Adam Martin 3, James Woodward in lane 4, Callum Davis 5, David Shipman 6, James Chendall 7 and William Picton in lane 8. And again, it's close here. Adam Martin, Potters Bar, just turning first into the wall, but coming back off the wall, it's another Potters Bar swimmer. David Shipman in lane 6 with the white Potters Bar hat. Halfway point, it's Shipman first, then Davis, then Woodward. 6, 5 and 4. Maintaining that order as they come off the turn. 1.5 lengths to go, coming up towards the flags. Final turn is going to be another close one. Shipman, Davis, Woodward turn pretty much at the same time. Underwater Face, who's going to come up in the lead, and it's now James Woodward of Potters Bar moving away from the rest of the field. He's the fastest entrant on a 56.70. Going to be a second or two underneath that, but a good strong final 25 for him. Likewise, Callum Davis finishing second on a 59.66, and an Adam Martin for Potters Bar 1:02.00. Heat 14, a referee. Callum Wollaston in 1, Ish Rahim in 2, Alex Evans in 3, Ed Castro in 4, fastest entrant, 56.47. Ed just touches wall next to 2 Hitchin swimmers. The other one is Harry Jones in 5, Ashley Holness Wright in 6, Harrison Lees in 7, Angus Harrow in lane 8. Ed Castro Hampton flanked by Harry Jones and Alex Evans off Hitchin in lanes 3, 4 and 5. They turn first, all in the mid 28s or low 28s. Ed Castro 28.04. Ed Castro just moving away from the 2 Hitchin swimmers. Harry Jones holding on to him. Alex Evans just drifting back ever so slightly. The other swimmers now vying for 4th onwards. How's he going to go down this final half length? Ed Castro moving away. Harry Jones holding on to 2nd place. Coming back strongly. Ashley Holness Wright of Watford. putting Evans under pressure, but no, it's Ed Castro first, Harry Jones second, Alex Evans third. The winning time, 59.99. So it should be good for the final of the boys 100 fly a little bit later on. If we can clear the pool to sides, please, swimmers. And we'll move on to our second event for the session 2, the girls 100 backstroke, 15 heats, 8 swimmers in all heats. Event 104, the girls 100 backstroke. This is heat 1, referee. Amber Harbour in lane 1, Darcy Hambry in 2, Caris Toland in 3, Raisha Vickery in 4, Rosie Hadfield in 5, Tilly Lana in 6, Charlie Maley in 7, and Elizabeth Clune in lane 8. So we start off with 4 lengths of backstroke. The entry times in the 1 minute 30, so 1.5 minutes, give or take a few seconds for all these swimmers. With Raisha Vickery of Costa in the middle of the pool with the silvery hat coming up to complete 50 metres. She turns, kicks off the wall, stops the clock at 43.14. Raisha Vickery in the lead still. Second place, Rosie Hadfield of Verulam. And not too much to choose for third place. Quite a few swimmers vying for third. Back at the front though, Raisha Vickery, Costa moving away from the rest of the field. Hadfield still in second place. Toland in third for Costa also. Good strong swim here for Raisha Vickery. 1:31.93 her entry time. She finishes on a 1:29.03. And then second place goes to Caris Holland on a 1:32.44, and third place to Rosie Hadfield of Verulam, her time at 1:32.68. Heat 2, a referee. Tilly Stratford in 1, Sophie Ledger in 2, Amadine Gertz in 3, Katie Faulkner in 4, Nemo Mira in 5, Megan Worley in 6, Grace Harvey in 7, and Holly Morgan in lane 8. Lane 8 then, Holly Morgan of Hoddesdon turning just ahead of Sophie Leder of Harpenden as they move back down towards the start end. Sophie Ledger of Harpenden in lane 2 with the red hat has the advantage now. Or purpley hat with black spots. Holly Morgan of Hoddesdon in lane 8, swimming well as well. Field splitting a little bit. Holly Morgan, Hoddesdon, lane 8, turns first, still ahead of Sophie Ledger of Harpenden. Those two vying for the lead. Morgan has it over Ledger, then third place is Amadine Gertz of Costa, coming back a little bit on Sophie Ledger. They come underneath the flags, the two leading swimmers, Holly Morgan with a slight advantage. She stops, touches the pad, 1:23.33. Sophie Ledger next, 1:24.76. Third place, Neem O'Meara for Watford. Her time, 1:27.07. Clear the pool to the sides, please, swimmers. Clear the pool to the sides, please. Heat 3, referee. Fleur Hill in lane 1, Katie Lane in 2, Sophia PC in 3, Anastasia Wilkinson in 4, Grace Corley in 5, Bella Parkus in 6, Sarah Leitner in 7, Tamsin Moran in lane 8. And it's lane 1, turning first, Fleur Hill for Hatfield. Just in the lead, into the turn. Holding on to that lead at the moment, but it's pretty close across the pool. Katie Lane of Costa and Sophia PC of Watford, along with Bella Parkus of Hoddesdon, all vying for the lead here. But turning first, it's Bella Parkus of Hoddesdon on a 40.54. So winning this heat is Anastasia Wilkinson of Hatfield, entry on a 1:24. Long way under that, 1:21.47, her winning time. Clear the pool to the sides, please. Heat 4, referee. Molly Cobold in 1, Lydia Zanetti in 2, Enya Budd in 3, Emily Young in 4, Jemina Summols in 5, Antonia Jubba in 6, Sophie Chen in 7, Isabel Geller in lane 8. Molly Cobold of Hoddesdon turning first in lane 1, the youngest swimmer in this heat, just 11 years old. Entered on a 1:23.19, but at the moment leading the field. Entry times only vary by a couple of seconds across the field on entry at least, but at the moment there's probably a couple of seconds spreading the field, but the slowest entrant, or second slowest entrant, is leading. Molly Cobold turning on a 38.07. Coming up towards the turn, Molly Cobold still in the lead, but being pushed hard by Emily Young of Hemel Hempstead. So Molly, then Lydia Zanetti and Emily Young, first, second and third, and in between them Enya Budd coming back as well. Cobold though hanging on to this at the moment. She comes underneath the flag. She's got a couple of arm lengths advantage. Finishing fast, Emily Young, but I think Cobold's going to take it. She does. No, she doesn't. It's Emily Young with a better finish there on a 1:18.77. Cobold second, 1:18.82, and third place went to Lydia Zanetti of Watford. Her time, 1:18.91. Heat 5, referee. Isabella Chapman first, in lane 1 rather. Eleanor Craig 2, Bruno Rebello in 3, Emma Clark 4, Emma Craig in 5, Holly Robinson in 6, Clara Livingston in 7, and Sophie Giorgio in lane 8. Holly Robinson of Hemel turns first in lane 6. She comes off the wall, holding on to that lead at the moment. Just beside her, Clara Livingston. Coming down towards the halfway point. Emma Craig has the lead, 37.03. Second, Holly Robinson. Third is Eleanor Craig. Emma Clark. Emma Craig, rather. Still having that lead, just moving away from the rest of the field. Emma Craig still has the advantage, just a little bit behind her. Holly Robinson of Hemel, Harpenden versus Hemel. Over in lane 2, we've got Eleanor Craig from Watford coming to the fore, but Emma Craig at the moment finishes, takes the win, her time 1:16.50. Second place, Holly Robinson of Hemel, 1:16.89. And then Eleanor Craig of Watford, 1:17.87. Heat 6, referee. Lucy Jordan Cause in lane 1, Valeria Giron in 2, Fleur Hines in 3, Francesca Pisi in 4, Gemma Nottage in 5, Lucy Coyer-Bell in 6, Abby Hewson in 7, and Freya Hildston in lane 8. It's lane 8 turning first, Freya Hildston of Watford. As they come off the wall though, it changes a little bit with Abby Hewson of Berkhamsted moving forward. It's between her and Francesca Pisi of Watford at the moment, and it's Pisi of Watford turns first, just ahead of Hewson, with Fleur Hines in 3rd place at the halfway point. They move back down towards the turn end. Francesca Pisi still has the advantage, just a little bit ahead of the rest of the swimmers. She turns first. Then we've got Abby Hewson, Freya Hildston. Half a length to go. Francesca Pisi in the lead. Francesca then with almost a body length ahead of the rest of the field. Second place at the moment is Lucy Jordan Cause as Francesca takes the win, 1:15.58. Lucy in second place for Verulam, 1:16.95, and third place goes to Valeria Giron of Hatfield, her time 1:17.19. Heat 7, referee. Daisy Sandon in 1, Millie Anderton in 2, Katie Barder in 3, Kerry Hurd in 4, Libby Chambers in 5, Emily Preslin in lane 6, Alex Lorman in 7, and Charlotte Anderson in lane 8. It's lane 7 turning first, Alex Lorman of Watford. Coming back off the wall, Alex still has the slight advantage, but the centre of the field beginning to creep up on her. In particular, Kerry Hurd of Watford with a red hat in lane 4. So it's the two Watford swimmers. Lawman ahead of Hurd at the moment. Lawman turns with quite an advantage, 35.47. Hurd 36.00, and turning third at the halfway point, Charlotte Anderson 36.85. Alex Lawman with the advantage, moving away from the rest of the field. It's compressing up a little bit for second place as Lawman turns. Kerry Hurd second, and Daisy Sandon in third place at that turn. So the outside lane swimming well in this heat. Alex Lawman of Watford coming in underneath the flags, just 3 or 4 strokes to go. Entered on a 1:16.23. She finishes on a 1:12.69. Second, Kerry Hurd, 1:14.64. And then Daisy Sandon of Stevenage finishing third, her time 1:15.14. Go ahead. No, I was kind of went for instructions. So there'll be a short pause if you just want to relax, swimmers on the blocks. I'm going to give you the finalists for the 100 fly. You've got 10 minutes to withdraw, so that takes you through to 3:25. If you wish to withdraw, let the administration desk know, otherwise it's presumed that you're swimming. The 10 and 11-year-old finalists: Max Hill, Ethan Howard, Lucas Hartley, Daniel Hollis, Theo Lim and Callum Cox. 12-year-old finalists: Sam Pyfinch, Peter Sawaska, Daniel Ord, Alexander Williams, Enzo Lim, Alistair Walgrove, Joshua Heesam and Kieran Burkett. The reserves: James Atwell and Edward Richardson. 13-year-olds: Michael Klimaszewski, Thomas Ogden, Benjamin Green, Noah Cornwell, Taylor Coe, George Williams, Morgan Hume, Connor Sullivan. The reserves: Jack Savage, Nathaniel Hopkins. The 14-year-olds: Tavish Kapoor, Daniel Murtagh, Joshua Holland, Luke Pastille, Mateus Morse, Matteo Lobiundo, Charlie King, Joshua Bridgeland, and the reserves: Freddie Arbonot and Ewan Donald. 15-year-olds: Ish Rahim, Angus Harrow, Tolu Ellison, Toby Laguda, Tanine Kurisdeem, Johnny Farrow, Daniel English and Nicholas Botha. The reserves: Benjamin Williamson and James Irwin. And then the 16 and over finalists: James Woodward, Callum Davis, Ed Castro, Harry Jones, Alex Evans, Jude Lydiard, Adam Martin, David Shipman. The two reserves: Ashley Holness-Wright and Bradley Veach. So you've got until 3:25 to withdraw. And once I know there's any withdrawals or not, I'll let you know, and then the reserves will know whether or not the reserves are needed. So we're ready to go racing again. Heat 8, referee. Harriet Clements in 1, Sienna Tregloan in 2, Kate Andrew in 3, Gemma Hansen in 4, Marcia Billingham in 5, Clementine Waterhouse in 6, Caitlin Liu in 7, and Jessica Robinson in lane 8. Pretty close off that first turn, still pretty close as they come back down towards the start end. Slight advantage to Gemma Hansen of Hatfield in lane 4 with the purple hat, pink purple hat. Gemma Hansen turns first, 35.33. All the other swimmers turning in the 36s, so not much to split them at the moment as Gemma Hansen goes back down towards the start end. The outside lanes beginning to catch a little bit. Harriet Clements of Watford in 1 and Jessica Robertson of Costa in 8. Meanwhile, with a good lead now, we have Gemma Hansen of Hatfield over a body length ahead of the rest of the field. Harriet Clements in second place and pretty tight for third place, but just got it at the moment. Marcia Billingham, as Gemma Hansen comes in and finishes first. Her time 1:12.48. Harriet Clements of Watford in second place, 1:14.51. Marcia Billingham of Tring in third on a 1:15.15. Heat 9, referee. Jessica Heesom in lane 1, Jessica Pengel in 2, Tori Pope in 3, Charlotte Hinkson in 4, Taryn Fraser in 5, Courtney Burke in 6, Lucy Hinks in 7 and Maisie Parkin in lane 8. Charlotte Hinkson of Hemel Hempstead with a blue hat, ever such a slight advantage in lanes 4. Taryn Fraser of Bushy with the yellow hat just a tad behind her as they go into the turn. Charlotte Hinkson just ahead of Taryn Fraser. And at the turn, Courtney Burke in third place. So it's pretty close here between Hingston, Fraser and Burke. Charlotte Hingston with the blue hat goes into the turn. She just kicks off the wall marginally ahead of Taryn Fraser Bushy with the yellow hat. Up from the underwater phase, those two just moving away from the rest of the field. Courtney Burke in third still. Taryn Fraser in second, but moving. Good strong lead here. Charlotte Hingston of Hemel Hempstead entered on a 1:13.16, finished on a 1:12.90. Taryn Fraser of Bushy in second place on a 1:13.94, and third place on a 1:14.14. Courtney Burke of Cheshunt. Heat 10, the referee. Anya Fletcher in 1, Sophie Hiddle in 2, Erin O'Meara in 3, Hannah Curl in 4, Millie Fields in 5, Sophie Payne in 6, Ellie Galvin in 7, and Jessica Keogh in lane 8. And it's the two outside lanes taking the lead up at the beginning here. Jessica Keogh of Hatfield in 8, Anya Fletcher of Bishop Stortford in lane 1. Keogh of Hatfield still in the lead. Just holding on to in second place, but only just Hannah Curl of Hitchin. As Keogh turns on a 35.48. Jessica Keogh then swimming well in the outside lane. Long way from the centre of the action, but she's in the lead. She kicks off the wall ahead of the rest of the field. It's Keogh, then we've got Millie Fields and Hannah Curl. But coming back very well here, it's Anya Fletcher of Bishop Stortford in lane 1. It's now the outside two lanes vying for the lead. Keogh with a slight advantage over Fletcher. Keogh takes the win, 1:11.35. Anya Fletcher in second place, 1:11.90. And Millie Fields of Bishop Stortford third, 1:12.51. Heat 11, a referee. Jessica Woodward first, lane 1 rather, Claire Macy 2, Eleanor Williams 3, Aggie Burns 4, Nellie Eastland 5, Fiona Holmes 6, Tegan Wollaston 7 and Chloe Woodruff in lane 8. Going into the turn, it's Tegan Wollaston of Cheshunt turning first into the wall. Coming up out of the transition phase though, it's pretty close but slight advantage to Fiona Holmes of Watford. Holmes of Watford versus Williams of Watford, and it's Williams turning first. Eleanor Williamson just in the lead from Fiona Holmes and Chloe Woodruff. If they go into the turn, that's the order they turn in, but it's pretty close. Williams from Woodruff from Holmes. Coming back off the wall, Eleanor Williams off Watford, just holding on to lead, coming back strongly. Fiona Holmes off of Watford, in between them we've got Aggie Burns. It's going to be close here, but taking the win, Eleanor Williamson of Watford, her time 1:11.15. Second place, Aggie Burns, Harpington, 1:11.47, and just a few tenths behind her in third, Fiona Holmes of Watford, her time 1:11.84. Heat 12, referee. Izzy Anderton in lane 1, Libby McGill in 2, Chloe Jacobs in 3, Emily Lampard in 4, Emily Lush in 5, Maddie Smith in 6, Brianna Maisie in 7 and Isabel Harbour in lane 8. Very close there. Libby McGill of Hatfield just turning slightly ahead of the rest of the field in lane 2. Just 14 years old, entered on in 1:11.56. Moving away from the rest of the field, she comes underneath the flags. She's got a slight advantage over Emily Lush and Isabel Harbour. Can she hang on to this? Brianna Macy of Tring coming back well in lane 7. Maisie then moving up into the lead, now being overhauled by Maddie Smith of Hertford. So it's changing around all the way through here, coming back strongly. Libby McGill of Hatfield, she has the advantage. Then it's Brianna Maisie. It's going to be tight between those two, but just taking it, Libby McGill, her time 1:10.65. 10th behind her, Brianna Maisie of Tring, or 1:10.75. And then a 10th behind her on a 1:10.87 for Cheshunt, Emily Lush. Heat 13, a referee. Faith Green in lane 1, Molly Bradley in 2, Bailey Wilkes in 3, Lauren Stott 4, Grace Wiley in 5, Zara Precious White in 6, Shona McKenna in 7, Izzy Salisbury in lane 8. Lots of close backstroke races here. Lauren Stott of Costa with a blue hat in lane 4, just ahead of the rest of the field, but we've got Izzy Salisbury, Shona McKenna not fine behind her. Stop turns in a 33.20. Then it was McKenna and Salisbury's 33.64, 33.83. Moving up towards the turn end for the final time. Lauren Stott, lane 4. Costa, fastest entrant. She has the advantage, quite a way ahead of the rest of the swimmers now. Then we've got Izzy Salisbury of Berkhamsted, ahead of Shona McKenna of Hemel Hempstead. Half a length to go. Very clear leader here. Lauren Stott of Costa entered on a 1:05.87. She's about 3 metres ahead of the rest of the field. Finished on a 1:07.68, so over her entry time. Then we've got Shona McKenna, Hemel Hempstead, 1:10.39. Izzy Salisbury, 1:10.55 for Berkhamsted in third place. Heat 14, referee. Leanne Carey in 1, Rebecca Sewell in 2. Claire Burrell in 3, Josie Precious White in 4, Beatrice Barder in 5. Sophie Burns in 6, Tori Weston in 7, and Emily Radon in lane 8. Rebecca Sewell of Hemel Hempstead turning first, but these opening 25s don't really tell us a huge amount. Tends to change down the middle 50. And at the moment, Josie Precious White, Bishop Stortford in the black hat in lane 4, goes into the halfway point. Turns first, 32.61, turns exactly the same as Leanne Carey of Watford in lane 1. Leanne Carey, though, drifting back now, whereas Josie Precious White holding on to that lead. Moving up on her, Claire Burrell of Harpenden in lane 3. So Precious White, Burrell of Harpenden. And then third place at the moment, Rebecca Sewell, Hemel Hempstead in lane 2. Back off the turn, Josie Precious White still has the lead. Claire Burrell putting her under pressure. Harpenden catching Bishop Stortford, but Bishop Stortford have it under control. Josie Precious White entered 1:05.67. Wins on a 1:07.70. Claire Burrell, Harpenden, 1:08.44 in second place. And in third place on a 1:09.44 was Rebecca Sewell of Hemel. Were there any withdrawals from the backstroke? Heat 15, referee. So we hold in 1, Lily Merritt 2, Amy Young in 3, Neem James 4, Mia Carter 5, Keelan McKenna in 6, Libby Dunford in 7 and Sophie Taylor in lane 8. So this is the fastest heat. These guys swimming to get into the final primarily in their relevant age groups. Most of them in the 16 and over. There's a 14-year-old, a 15-year-old as well. A couple of 14-year-olds in the lead though at the halfway point. Mia Carter, 15-year-old Bishop Stortford, turns on a 31.57. Neem James, also Bishop Stortford in lane 4. Moving well, she's in second place. The two Bishop Stortford swimmers out on their own then. Neem James and Mia Carter, second and first. They come back down towards the start end. And third place, Keelan McKenna, Hemel Hempstead. And not far behind her, Lily Merritt of Hoddesdon, red hat. Meanwhile, taking the win in a 1:05.51 is Mia Carter, Bishop Stortford. Second place, Neem James, Bishop Stortford, 1:06.50. And third from Hoddesdon, 109.43 was Lily Merritt. If you'd like to clear the pool to sides, please, swimmers. That concludes event 104, it must be. There'll be a 10-minute break before we run the backstroke finals. Could I ask James Atwell and Jack Savage if you could go to, if you come to the announcer, please. You're in the final now of your two age groups. So James Atwell for Harpenden, if you could come to the announcer, and Jack Savage of Potters Bar, likewise, and just confirm you're happy to enter the final, and then you'll be in the final. Can one of the Potters Bar coaches come and confirm, please, whether Jack Savage wishes to enter the 13-year-old fly final? Let me give you the finalists for the girls 100 back. You've got to, what would that be? 51, so 1551 to withdraw. The finalists are as follows: 10 and 11-year-olds, Molly Cobold, Grace Crawley, Holly Morgan, Katie Lane, Amadine Gertz, Nemo Mira, Raisha Vickery and Megan Worley. The reserves, Tilly Stratford and Keris Toland. 12-year-olds, Holly Robinson, Valeria Giron, Gemma Nottage, Antonio Jubb, Lucy Coyer-Bell, Sophie Chen, Anastasia Wilkinson, Bella Parkus. The reserves, Sophia Pesci and Fleur Hill. 13-year-olds, Jessica Keogh, Millie Fields, Harriet Clement, Jessica Robertson, Millie Anderton, Emma Craig, Caitlin Liu, Abby Hewson. The reserves, Eleanor Craig and Clara Livingston. 14-year-olds, Lily Merritt, Izzy Salisbury, Libby McGill, Eleanor Williams, Libby Dunford, Isabel Harbour, Gemma Hansen, Alex Lawman. With the reserves, Jessica Woodward and Erin O'Meara. 15-year-old backstroke finalists, Mia Carter, Lauren Stott, Shona McKenna, Emily Lush, Tori Weston, Sophie Taylor, Fiona Holmes, Anya Fletcher. The reserves, Emily Radon and Chloe Woodruff. (16 and over), Neem James, Josie Precious White, Claire Burrell, Rebecca Sewell, Keelan McKenna, Beatrice Barder, Sophie Burns, Brianna Maisie. And the reserves, Amy Young and Zoe Horn. So if you wish to withdraw, please let the admin desk know by 1551. Otherwise, we'll presume you are swimming. Hi there. Got an announcement, please. If there are any doctors here, as in GPs, medical doctors, or I guess paramedics, could you come and see the announcer, please? So any doctors, paramedics, could you come and see the announcer, please? Thank you. Can we have all the finalists for the boys' finals, please, to the marshalling area? So all the boys for the 100 fly final to the marshalling area, please. Can a Watford coach please come and see me? Eleanor Craig is the first reserve. Does she wish to swim in the final? Can you let me know, please? If the officials could go back to their posts, please. I think we're going to be ready to start reasonably soon. The boys fly finals. Our first final this evening then is the 10 and 11-year-old final for the boys 100 fly. In lane 7 from Ware is Callum Cox. Lane 2 from Watford, Theo Lim. Lane 6 from Costa, Daniel Hollis. Lane 3 from Hatfield, Lucas Hartley. Lane 5 from Potters Bar, Ethan Howard. And in lane 4 from Stevenage, Max Hill. Referee. First final of this session underway then, the 100 fly. Fastest entrant, Max Hill, 1:25 is entry time in the prelims. Quite a lot faster than the rest of the swimmers. Let's see if he can take that form into the final. He has for the first length. He turns just ahead of Ethan Howard of Potters Bar with the white hat in lane 4. Lane 5 rather. So Max Hill, Ethan Howard way in front of the rest of the field. Then we've got Lucas Hartley of Hatfield in third place. As Hill ahead of Howard, they turn 39.83 against a 40.69. And now Max Hill just beginning to move away from Ethan Howard, both of them moving away from the rest of the field. Daniel Hollis of Costa moving up towards third place. Lucas Hartley fighting him for it. Meanwhile, back at the front, Max Hill turns first, metre or so ahead of Ethan Howard. As they move back down towards the start, Max Hill doing very well on this final length, taking the speed all through the whole of the 4 lengths. Moving away now, this is a dominant length. This is where he's going to get the time. Entered his prelim 1:25.11. Not too much pressure on him now. Is he going to beat that? He's going to be slightly underneath 1:24.40, so that's good PB there. Second place, Ethan Howard, Potters Bar. It's a good fight for third, but Lucas Hartley on top of that battle. He comes in, finishes third, 1:35.39. Clear the pool to the scoreboard side, please, swimmers. And whilst they're clearing the pool, let me just explain the results. We've had a few technical issues entering the results into the system. So the top 3 results in each age group have been published to allow those swimmers to collect their medals from the medal desk today. And the rest of the results will be published in due course, both on the web and here as and when they are available. The 12-year-old finalist in lane 8 from Harpington is James Atwell. Lane 1 from Potters Bar, Joshua Heesum. Lane 7 from Costa, Alistair Woolgrove. Lane 2 from Watford, Enzo Lim. Lane 6 from Watford, Alexander Williams. Lane 3 from Watford, Daniel Ord. Lane 5 from Hatfield, Peter Suzuka. And lane 4 from Tring, Sam Pyfinch. Referee. So quite close the entry times here based on the heats earlier. Sam Pyfinch in lane 4 with the slight advantage on time, 1:18 against 22 against 18:81. He's taken that speed into the first length. He's a metre or so ahead of the other swimmers. Pyfinch then in the lead. Second place, Peter Suzuka. And then Daniel Ord in third place. Enzo Lim not far behind him. Sam Pyfinch of Tring turning first, 34.46, just beginning to open up a lead now. Moving away from Peter Suzuka. And then there's a bit of a gap, good race for third place, Enzo Lim, Daniel Ord. Alexander Williams back at the front though, Peter Suzuka putting Sam Pyfinch under some pressure. They touch pretty much at the same time. Underwater phase. Peter comes up just ahead of Sam, so Peter Suzuka for Hatfield swimming very well on this final length, moving away from the rest of the field. Sam Pyfinch in second place. It's good for third. Enzo Lim versus Daniel Ord with the slight advantage as Peter Suzuka. Very good final length and a half there. Finishes on a 1:15.28, a long way under his prelim time. Sam Pyfinch in second place, 16.63. And third, Daniel Ord of Watford, 1:17.84. If you can clear the pool to the scoreboard side, please. Swimmers, clear the pool to your right. The 13-year-old finalists in lane 8 from Potters Bar, Jack Savage. Lane 1 from Hatfield, Connor Sullivan. Lane 7 from Hatfield, Morgan Hume. Lane 2 from Harpington, George Williams. Lane 6 from Cheshunt, Taylor Coe. Lane 3 from Potters Bar, Noah Cornwell. Lane 5 from Bishop Stortford, Thomas Ogden. And in lane 4 from Hatfield, Michael Klimaszewski. Referee. Thirteen-year-olds underway. Michael Klimaszewski with the purple hat in lane 4, the fastest entrant, quite a long way ahead of the rest of the field. He turns first with a tenth or so advantage into that first turn. Being tracked by Thomas Ogden of Bishop Stortford in lane 5, and a little bit of a gap back to Noah Cornwell of Potters Bar in lane 3. Those are the first three as they come into the first term. Klemaszewski first, then Ogden, then Cornwell. 31, 30, 42, 32, 80, 33, 81. Klemaszewski moving away from the rest of the field, dragging Thomas Ogden with him. Thomas Ogden going to have to work hard to catch him up though. And still in third place, Noah Cornwell with George Williams to his right. Just beginning to catch him slightly. Meanwhile, Klemaszewski moving away from the rest of the field. Very strong fly swim this for him. Prelim time 107.42, going to be somewhat underneath that. Thomas Ogden 3 or 4 meters behind him. Klemaszewski finishes 107.10, so a little under his entry time. Thomas Ogden in second place, 109.96. Third place goes to Noah Cornwell. Potters Bar swimmer, his time 1:14.23. Clear the pool towards the scoreboard side, please, swimmers. If you could clear the pool towards the scoreboard, please, swimmers. Thank you very much. The 14-year-old finalists in lane 8 from Stevenage, Joshua Bridgeland. Lane 1 from Costa, Charlie King. Lane 7 from Hitchin, Matteo Lobiondo. Lane 2 from Hemel Hempstead, Matthias Morse. Lane 6 from Hatfield, Luke Pestill. Lane 3 from Hertford, Joshua Holland. Lane 5 from Hatfield, Daniel Murtagh. And in lane 4 from Watford, Devish Kapoor. Referee. Quite close prelim times for these swimmers, going out pretty fast. Joshua Holland of Hertford in lane 3 entered on a 108.01 against Devish Kapoor's 106.37. Coming back off the wall, Joshua Holland still has the advantage. Strong swimming in the centre of the pool as Daniel Murtagh of Hatfield just moves up into the lead. It's not quite on the touch there. Kapoor turns first. Then Holland, then Murtagh. Back up towards the turn end. Luke Pestill of Hatfield just beginning to close up on the leaders as Devish Kapoor of Watford opening up a slight advantage over the rest of the field. Almost half a body length he turns, the rest of them now turning. Coming back down towards the start end, it's ebbing and flowing. Daniel Murtagh of Hatfield putting Kapoor under a lot of pressure. Murtagh versus Kapoor. Kapoor has it at the moment. Kapoor from Watford looks like he's going to hold on to this one. He's got a couple of strokes to go. Head down right to the end. Excellent swim there. 106.05 the winning time. Daniel Murtagh of Hatfield second, 106.89. And in third place, Joshua Holland of Hertford, 107.57. So some excellent swims there. If you could clear the pool, please, to the scoreboard side swimmers. Clear the pool towards the scoreboard side, please, swimmers. The 15-year-old finalist in lane 8 from Bishop Stortford is Nicholas Botha. Lane 1 from Hitchin, Daniel English. Lane 7 from Hemel Hempstead, Johnny Farrow. In lane 2 from Costa, Tanin Kuristeem. Lane 6 from Hatfield, Toby Laguda. Lane 3 from Potters Bar, Tolu Ellison. Lane 5 from Harpenden, Angus Farrow. And from Berkhamsted in lane 4, Ish Rahim. Referee. Close opening length there, then a couple of, I was going to say Potters Bar swimmers, but they're not all Potters Bar swimmers. The advantage go to Ish Rahim with the white hat, swimming for Berkhamsted. It's him, Tolu Ellison and Angus Harrow. And it's Harrow with a slight advantage, turning on a 29.45. Harrow just moving away slightly from the rest of the field. Harrow from Rahim, from Ellison. Those are 1, 2 and 3 as they come up to the final turn. Ish Rahim just moving into the lead ever so slightly, turns marginally ahead of Ellison and Harrow. Rahim up out of the transition. It's Rahim now moving away from Ellison. Harrow hanging on to Rahim, but Ish Rahim looks like he's going to take this all the way to the end now. 3 or 4 strokes to go. Ish Rahim entered 103.01, finishes marginally outside that. 103.26, takes the win, that's all that counts. Angus Harrow second, 104.31 third. Tolu Ellison, Potters Bar, 105.53. Clear the pool towards the scoreboard, please, swimmers. No, go in front, watch the cable. Are you on Poolside, Brian? Have you got a runner who can just come down and see me, please? The 16 and over finalists. In lane 8 from Potters Bar, David Shipman. Lane 1 from Potters Bar, Adam Martin. Lane 7 from Costa, Jude Lydiard. Lane 2 from Hitchin, Alex Evans. Lane 6 from Hitchin, Harry Jones. Lane 3 from Harpenden, Ed Castro. Lane 5 from Bishop Stortford, Callum Davis. And in lane 4 from Potters Bar, James Woodward. Referee. So we had some fast swims to get into this final. David Shipman of Potters Bar with the early advantage into the turn, but according to the scoreboard, it was Ed Castro, the oldest swimmer in the field, as they go up towards the final turn. Shipman from Castro and James Woodford, who's exceptionally tight at the beginning there. Who's got the strength, the stamina to come back down at the moment? It's James Woodward of Potters Bar entered prelims 58.61. He moves away from the rest of the field. Just going to be 58.27, so he beats that time. Callum Davis, Bishop's Stortford, 59.34, and then in third place, Ed Castro, Harpenden, 59.45. So a couple of disqualifications for you in event 104, so this was a bit earlier. Heat 8, lane 2 was disqualified for a technical infringement. And in event 103, the final, heat 4, lane 3 was also disqualified for a technical infringement. So we'll have a short pause whilst we clear the pool, and then we'll be ready to be underway with the girls' backstroke finals. So we'll move on to our last final of this session, which is the girls' backstroke finals. Once I get the signal from the referees, we'll be ready to go with those. And then that will conclude session 2, with session 3 being a bit later on this afternoon. Can I just remind the spectators at the top of the stairs in the spectator area, if you can clear away from the scoreboard so the people on poolside can see the scoreboard. So those standing at the top of the stairs, on the stairs, if you could just sit down or move to the side, please. Thank you. So we're looking the 10 and 11-year-old girls backstroke final in lane 8 from Watford, Megan Worley. Lane 1 from Costa, Razor Vickery. Lane 7 from Watford, Nemo Mira. Lane 2 from Costa, Amadine Gertz. Lane 7 from Costa, Katie Lane. Lane 3 from Hoddesdon, Holly Morgan. Lane 5 from Hemel, Grace Corley. And in lane 4 from Hoddesdon, Molly Cobbold. Referee. First of our backstroke finals underway then. And a good early lead for Molly Cobbold. She was somewhat faster than the rest of the swimmers in the preliminaries earlier on today. 1:18.82 against the 1:22, 1:23s. Out to 1:30 in the outside lane, so see how that works out in the final. At the moment, though, Molly has the advantage in lane 4 with the red hat. Moving away from the rest of the field, Holly Morgan of Hoddesdon in 3, and Grace Corley of Hemel in 5. They're in second and third as we move up towards the halfway point. Cobbold turns 38.23. Then we've got Corley turning on a 39.97, and Katie Lane of Costa third on a 60.78. They move back down towards the start end. Molly Cobold still in the lead, looks very comfortable. Couple of metres advantage over the rest of the field. She turns, she's come back out of the transition phase, and the next person's turning. That's how far in the lead she is. Grace Corley in second, Holly Morgan in third. Back at the front, Molly Cobold though, moving away towards the end of the race. Comes underneath the flags, 5 metres to go, 5 metres advantage over the rest of the field. Prelim time 1:18.82, smashes at 1:17.72. Excellent swim there for her. Grace Corley of Hemel second, 1:21.30, and third from Hoddesdon, Holly Morgan, 1:22.46. So thank you, swimmers. If you clear the pool towards the scoreboard side, please. Clear the pool towards the scoreboard side. So we're looking to start session 3, warm-up 17:05. That's a predicted time at the moment. I'll let you know at the end of these finals when the actual time is, but just after 5 o'clock is when we're expecting the warm-up for session 3 to commence. The 12-year-old finalists in lane 8 from Hoddesdon, Bella Parkers. Lane 1 from Hatfield, Anastasia Wilkinson. Lane 7 from Hatfield, Sophie Chen. Lane 2 from Costa, Lucy Koya Bell. Lane 6 from Hatfield, Antonia Jubb. Lane 3 from Watford, Gemma Nottage. Lane 5 from Hatfield, Valeria Giron. And in lane 4 from Hemel, Holly Robinson. Referee. Twelve-year-old finalists underway. Nice underwater phase there for Valeria Giron of Hatfield. Think she won her final this morning. May be wrong on that, but she swam well. And she goes into turn. She just turns first ahead of the rest of the field. Second fastest entrant. As she comes back down towards the start end. Valerie Giron versus Holly Robinson. Holly Robinson with a blue hat in lane 4. Just moving up on Valeria. Valeria drifting back into second place, but not by much. Kicking off the wall. It was Holly Robinson first. Valeria Giron was second, although it hasn't come up on the scoreboard. As those two are in the lead. And then in third place, Lucy Koya Bell in lane 2 for Costa. It's a tight race at the front. Lucy Koya Bell coming back on the first two, as is Gemma Nottage, but at the moment, and it looks like they should stay this way, it's between Holly Robinson and Valeria Giron. Giron then just moving in front of Robinson as they come back down, half a length to go. Giron in the red hat, or the pink hat from Robinson in the blue hat. Robinson coming back on Giron. Giron's got it at the moment if she can just get the final finish right, and she does. Giron takes the win. It's not come up on the scoreboard, or maybe it's 1:15.60 something. Then we've got Holly Robinson in second place, 1:15.68, and Lucy Koya Bell, 1:18.59 to come in third. Clear the pool towards the scoreboard side, please, swimmers. So 1:15.21 the winning time there for Valeria Giron of Hatfield. So way under a prelim time. So just kind of a short pause whilst a broken hat is replaced. The 13-year-old finalists then in lane 8 from Watford, Eleanor Craig. Lane 1 from Berkhamsted, Abby Hewson. Lane 7 from Hatfield, Caitlin Liu. Lane 2 from Harpenden, Emma Craig. Lane 6 from Costa, Jessica Robertson. Lane 3 from Watford, Harriet Clements. Lane 5 from Bishop Stortford, Millie Fields. And in lane 4 from Hatfield, Jessica Keogh. Referee. Jessica Keogh of Hatfield, lane 4, going out well, fastest entrant, just ahead of the rest of the field. Harriet Clements, Emma Craig, Abby Hewson in lane 3, 2 and 1, not far behind her. Off the turn though, Jessica Keogh has a slight advantage now as she moves forward, dragging with her Millie Fields of Bishop Stortford with a black hat in lane 5. Those two with a slight advantage over the rest of the field. Abby Hewson of Berkhamsted in 3rd. In the middle though, Keogh Fields turn 34.46 against a 36.13, looked a lot closer. And then 3rd place on the turn, Jessica Robertson. They go up towards the far end for the final time. Keogh just beginning to move ahead of Millie Fields as she turns. Millie Fields about a body length, almost a body length behind us to go underneath the flags with 20 metres to go. Moving up into 3rd place, Harriet Clements of Watford in lane 3 with a red hat. Meanwhile, back at the front, Jessica Keogh, body length advantage, a big lead for most of our finals. She touches, finishes 1:10.76. Way under her prelim time. Millie Fields finishes second, 1:14.51. Harriet Clements in second place, 1:14.51. And then Jessica Robertson from Costa in 3rd. Her time was 1:16.01. So clear the pool towards the scoreboard side, please, swimmers. Clear the pool towards the scoreboard, please. The 14-year-old finalists in lane 8 from Watford, Alex Lawman. In lane 1 from Hatfield, Gemma Hansen. In lane 7 from Verulam, Isabel Harbour. In lane 2 from Hoddesdon, Libby Dunford. In lane 6 from Watford, Eleanor Williams. In lane 3 for Hatfield, Libby McGill. In lane 5 from Berkhamsted, Izzy Salisbury. And in lane 4 from Hoddesdon, Lily Merritt. Referee. Good early advantage here for Lily Merritt with red hat of Hoddesdon in lane 4. Comes up into the first turn. She's ahead of the rest of the field. Turns half a metre to a metre ahead of the rest of them. Extending that lead. Second place, Libby McGill of Hatfield in lane 3. And then Izzy Salisbury of Berkhamsted in third. Coming up to the first turn, Lily Merritt, Hoddesdon turns 32.73. Then McGill, then Salisbury. Not Salisbury, Eleanor Williams from Watford. Moving up towards the final turn, Lily Merritt has the advantage for Hoddesdon. She turns, comes back out of the underwater phase in the lead. Body length ahead of the rest of the field. Izzy Salisbury's moving into second place now. And then Eleanor Williams of Watford in third. Meanwhile, back at the front, Lily Merritt, 109.43, and the prelims, 107.91, comes in second place. Eleanor Williams, I think she was probably in third because timing pad for 5's not come up. Izzy Salisbury in second, I think. We'll see what the times say. There we go, Izzy Salisbury 110.12, and Williams on a 110.49 for third place. Clear the pool to the scoreboard side, please, swimmers. So we're just going to check that pad 5 is recording properly and the backup button is working, and then we'll be ready for our last pair of finals. The 15-year-old final in lane 8 from Bishop Stortford, Anya Fletcher. Lane 1 from Watford, Fiona Holmes. Lane 7 from Costa, Sophie Taylor. Lane 2 from Costa, Tori Weston. Lane 6 from Cheshunt, Emily Lush. Lane 3 from Hemel, Shona McKenna. Lane 5 from Costa, Lauren Stott. And lane 4 from Bishop Stortford, Mia Carter. Referee. Penultimate final underway, the 15-year-olds. Mia Carter, a couple of seconds under the rest of the swimmers. But at this level, they're starting to swim to get into the final, so not necessarily pushing themselves. But they are now, and it's Mia Carter, Black Hat, Bishop Stortford in the lead in lane 4. Second place, Lauren Stott, Costa, Yellow Hat, Blue Hat, lane 5. And Shona McKenna of Hemel in the blue hat in lane 3. Mia Carter, Bishop Stortford still in the lead, dragging along with her Lauren Stott. Lauren and Mia then vying for the lead. It's close for third still. Shona McKenna and Emily Lush vying for third place. Back at the front, Mia Carter turns first. Lauren Stott just a little bit behind her. Mia Carter moving away now from Lauren Stott. It's close for third. But Shona McKenna of Hemel Hempstead in third place as Mia Carter comes underneath the flags. 2 or 3 strokes to go. Finishes 1:05.62. Second place would have been Lauren Stott. Time's not come up on the pad. And Shona McKenna of Hemel Hempstead in third with a 1:10.29. So we have a clutch of timekeepers on lane 5. Recording the time for lane 5, so that'll get fed through to results in due course. And if the swimmers, please could you clear the pool towards the scoreboard. Thank you very much. The 16 over final then, the last final of this session in lane 8 from Tring, Brianna Maisie. Lane 1 from Watford, Sophie Burns. Lane 7 from Costa, Beatrice Barder. Lane 2 from Hemel Hempstead, Keelan McKenna. Lane 6 from Hemel Hempstead, Rebecca Sewell. Lane 3 from Harpenden, Claire Burrell. Lane 5 from Bishop Stortford, Josie Precious White. And in lane 4 from Bishop Stortford, Neem James. Referee. So it should be a close final this. Liam James, lane 4, fastest entrant, but it's very tight as they go up towards that first turn. Slight advantage to lane 2, Keelan McKenna, Hemel Hempstead, but really nothing to choose between them. Now moving into the lead, we've got Claire Burrell of Harpenden in lane 3, but exceptionally close. Claire Burrell just ahead of Liam James, and not far behind them, Rebecca Sewell. Claire Burrell turns first, Harpenden 32.93, moving back down towards the turn end. Liam James, Bishop Stortford just beginning to move into the lead. It's exceptionally close. It's probably the closest finals we've had so far today. James turns first, then Precious White. Precious White, Liam James now moving up into the lead. Claire Burrell just behind her. Liam James though moving strongly down that last half length of the last length, finishes on a 1:06.61. Second place goes to Claire Burrell of Harpenden at 1:07.81. Third, Rebecca Sewell, Hemel, 1:08.96. So thank you very much, swimmers. If you could clear the pool, please, towards the scoreboard side. That concludes all our swimming for session 2. Session 3 warm-up will be at 17:20, so just over half an hour away. Many thanks, as always, to the swimmers, their parents, all the coaches, the volunteers, the officials, and the staff behind the scenes. Particular thanks to our organisations that have helped us today: After Dark, Mosaic FM, and 3 Strands Media. So it just remains for me to give you a final disqualification notice. Event 104, that's this one, Heat 5, Lane 5, disqualified for a technical infringement. So I will be handing over to Mike Hansen, who will take you through the 3rd session. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Wish you all a good evening swim, and I'll leave you in the hands of After Dark until the next warm-up starts. Thank you.